Do you think the niggas at DoorDash steal like miscellaneous items and keep them in the car?
I think niggas forget about him. Like, I guarantee you that straws was on his fucking car seat. And he just did not grab them. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Deaf Fresh Show. It is I, Mr. Tone Deaf. We are back in the building. And of course, I am joined with my partner in crime, the former birthday boy. Because we still in cancer season, so we're going to ride it out with him one more time. The nigga named Dreadhead Fresh. As he continues on this locked up journey.
I'm embracing my ugly face.
Your ugly face. It's only ugly if you let it be ugly. But we are recording on this happy Sunday because
happy people.
We took a vacation. So for those of you guys who've been listening to the episodes, you'll come to realize that you had like 3 episodes in one over the course of the last month. But we actually back recording today, and we're gonna have a lot of fun today. A little randomness here and there.
Facts.
Gonna be joined by a special guest a little bit later on in the show. But all in all, like, how's your month been going, bruh?
Well, I had a birthday at the beginning of the month.
What you do for your birthday?
Smoke weed, play video games.
Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds like a good holiday for you.
Yeah, I watch Money in the Bank. You know.
Shout out to Liv Morgan.
Wrestling's always cool.
I did not see that coming.
Neither did I.
That was probably one of the best swerves in a long time.
I thought Becky was going to take it.
We all did, but I thought they still had the little thing with her and Oscar going on. So I didn't expect that to end anytime soon. Plus, we need to say Becky for SummerSlam or something like that. But so if you guys haven't watched wrestling, you're not really missing nothing.
Shit's going up in flames.
You're not missing nothing. But if you have been, you also know that at Money in the Bank, you get this ladder match. You climb up this match and you grab this briefcase. This briefcase lets you challenge for whatever belt you want to.
Well, up to a year.
Up to a year. I have yet to see anybody make it a whole year.
Not recently.
I don't think nobody has ever made it a whole year. I mean, Mella had it for damn near almost 300 days.
What do you count as a whole year? From pay-per-view to pay-per-view?
365. So the pay-per-view you wanted to that point, the next pay-per-view. The longest anybody's held is up to that WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, because nobody's gonna actually hold it until next July.
I'm just saying.
I'm cashing in on Money. How dope would that be, though? You hold your Money in the Bank for a full year.
You cash it in.
You cash it in at Money in the Bank, and then the winner of that year's Money in the Bank cash in on you. That's a fire storyline.
Storyline you held on to.
And if not a storyline, that's a fire moment of the night.
Well, the fact that Liv won it that night and then cashed in on Ronda that same night.
Nobody believed that shit.
Let's be honest. That side of the belt, there's nothing exciting going on.
Not really.
Like, I'm not saying that Ronda is not interesting.
She's not.
It's just SmackDown has enough problems. We need at least some champion over there worth looking at. And I don't mean like looks wise, but just we care enough about the champ, especially with the debacle with the women's tag belt right now.
That doesn't exist anymore.
I said the debacle, but that's not the biggest story right now in wrestling.
No, it's not.
So if you've been under a rug
or a cock,
NDAs make it that we wouldn't know that.
Well, who's talking there?
I don't know. So let's go ahead and get the story out here. So currently, at the current moment in time, for those guys who have lived in America for the last 40 years, you know of this guy named as Vincent McMahon, owner of WWE/F, depending on whenever you watched wrestling. So he is currently under fire because it has been found out that over the course of some years, $12 million has been paid out to a minimum of 4 different women as hush money for felonious sexual activities that may or may not have included.
But why is he in trouble for this?
That's why we're having this conversation. Okay. Everybody is outraged because, one, this has come out on the back of R. Kelly getting getting a hard 30. Okay.
Okay.
So, two, we're in the Me Too movement right now. Let's keep it a buck. When something is not cool, not kosher, not acceptable on mainstream society, we're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
We're vilifying everybody and everything in the equation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Vince McMahon's situation is common but unique at the same time. It's common because
this shit happens everywhere.
There's somebody, whether it's a person of power or the dude who you live next door to, messing with some chicks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Usually people of power, they have shit to lose. So they have NDAs, they have agreements, they have contracts, they have stipulations. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And in this particular case, no female, to the best of our knowledge, who has signed these NDAs have violated any contracts.
Who is talking that?
That is the mystery within itself. This is where we need the fashion police at.
Who's snitching? Because if a nigga been paying me an X amount of money over the course of years for me to shut up,
and they've shut up,
I'm not talking.
Like the first one that came out was a young lady who agreed to be whatever Vince needed her to be, and he doubled her pay.
See, I feel like you can't agree to do whatever for the money, and then once you get the money, you yell rape. That's not okay.
That's not okay. But this is where you gotta be careful with that, because society truly believes no means no. Okay? So even if you agree to it up until the moment of the act, if she still says no, you're supposed to stop.
I get that.
Okay? Where I think everything is crazy at is it's not the fact that they're mad at Vince for, in so many words, being Vince. Because if you've ever watched wrestling, especially in the beloved Attitude Era,
you've been a freak
that people won't let go of, all his actions have been publicly displayed. When an artist writes a song, the inspiration for that song come from somewhere. These storylines come from somewhere.
You're not never finna tell me Vince had bitches walking around his house barking like a dog. You're not never finna tell me that, Tom.
You find me a chick who currently selling their ass for $100, and I will show you a chick who will bark for $10K.
That's nuts, though.
It is, but if you can provide, if someone came to you on,
right,
baddest bitch that you know, and was like, I want all of your man parts in me, but I want you to whine like a baby while doing it, and here's $500,000 on the table.
I'm gonna be crying like a baby.
Exactly. So you cannot think that somebody did not agree to that, nor someone was wild enough to not come up with it. So when your job is to come up with storylines to begin with.
So Linda McMahon just out here letting bitches walk around the house barking like a dog.
You stay on your end of the wing, I stay on my end.
That's some wild shit. That's money, though.
It's money. I'm like, bro, we sit on Mimi Show all the time, and we talk about fetishes.
That's true.
We talk about kinks. We talk about what people are into. Ghetto Love Goes. They recently had a whole episode about doing your kink test, like what you will and won't do. Okay?
All right.
So it's not that people don't have preferences or things that they will and won't do. One of the greatest African American movies of all times, Coming to America. Did he not test his power by making a woman bark until he said stop? That in the second movie, they still had her barking. You're not going to sit here and say there's no greatest heel of all time.
I don't want to believe it, bro.
The greatest heel of all time. Theodore DiBiase. What was his line?
Everybody's got a price.
Where do you think that idea came from?
Vince McMahon, goddamn.
So you're not going to sit here and tell me that my guy is not thinking this in the back of his head when he's a billionaire.
I just feel like he shouldn't be penalized for paying for pussy.
No. You want to know why? Because when you have money, they do it all the time. It has been said on several podcasts from several different people. You don't pay a person for sex. You pay them to what?
Leave.
Exactly.
Well, the bitch got $12 million.
She did her job.
I'm just saying.
And she has been quiet. So the biggest concern in this story, this conversation, when it comes to Vincent Kennedy McMahon, is who snitched.
Nick Khan did it.
And I want you to tell us that theory, because you mentioned it in the group. But for the listeners, who is Nick Khan and why do you?
I don't know who this nigga is. I've been watching wrestling since the tender age of like 4 years old. That might be my earliest memory of watching this shit on TV.
Okay.
Now, I got deep in this wrestling shit. I want to know everything about everybody. I have never heard of this nigga in the 30 years I've been watching wrestling until the pandemic happened.
Okay.
I don't know what street this nigga came off of.
Is he even American?
Probably not.
Because he could be part of the Middle Eastern.
He ain't got no street cred over here is what I'm trying to tell you, Tom.
Okay.
He get a job. All of a sudden, there's these extreme amount of fucking budget cuts happening. Niggas is getting fired for no reason.
Oh, we know the reasons.
I'm just saying. Nobody knows. It's crazy because they were like, WWE had to release 7 people. And then he was like, why they release 7 people? Oh, it's budget cuts. Then another post come out like, WWE is making record profit margins. How the fuck are you firing people and we still making $1 billion a second? How you can't pay people?
Okay.
Niggas made money in the pandemic. You had to stay in one spot.
You're an NBA basketball player, right?
I do.
You know how contracts work, right?
Somewhat.
You know what a guaranteed contract is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jonathan Wall, who plays for
Clippers
at the current moment in time, had a guaranteed contract of
47 million, some shit like that.
40, yep,
40 something. It was very 40.
Did not play a single game last season, but he made $47 million.
Sit on the bench.
Yes. Sit on the bench. Okay. Who had to eat that contract?
Your team.
Right. So the Clippers had to pay a motherfucker who sat on the bench.
No, he was in Houston at that time.
Okay, Houston. Whoever. The case in point is this nigga got paid to do shit.
Pretty much.
And the whole team suffered because of it. Because you couldn't go get better players. You couldn't afford 10-day contracts and none of that shit.
Bro,
because we had to give you $44 million. Now,
if I pay you 40 anything, you're gonna be on this. You're gonna be doing your job. 41. I'm not giving you 44 million to sit on a fucking bench and you can play. It's not like he wasn't healthy.
Guaranteed contracts mean that he did not have to play to get this money. Vince McMahon don't believe in guaranteed contracts, but he does use the sliding scale system. If your contract is $10 million, is what you're going to do for 4 years here in the WWE. We'll give you 2, 3, 4. I think I forgot what the last is. Well, you get my point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 6, 20 mil, whatever. That's what you get.
2, 4, 6. Say,
right.
Who do we appreciate?
By year 3,
right,
I can either pay you this last 10, or I can cut and save $10 million.
It's like an option.
Like an option. Player team option contracts. I think that's what a lot of them do. If you're not a heavy player, or you been there long enough, or you smart enough to know how to negotiate your contract, 9 times out of 10, you didn't know to not get the team option. Okay? You just happy to be in the WWE. Majority of the people that got cut were former NXT people.
True.
So you had that old player option contract. I can cut these people, stay home, make basic money because I don't need to travel and have all these pre-show people, dark match people. Because if you're not on TV, nobody knows the fuck you doing.
That's true.
Okay? So, bye. Unfortunately, a lot of good people we liked got lost in the shuffle because it affected up, down, down.
Yeah. Well, him and Breeze still hang out.
They still hang out. I just watched Breeze and them play my GMO.
Yeah, that's just so funny.
Bro, X is horrible at this. Bro, he actually lost money 1 week.
It's happened to me.
I've never lost money. I just never made none, but I've never lost money.
That nigga said, I'm not losing anything. We're not winning nothing.
No, we're not winning. We might be down these few months, but I'm not losing money. I understand how the WWE Monday Night Wars really went trying to run this fucking GMO. It's just it's stressful.
Yeah.
Stressful. That's why I hit you up that night. It's like, oh, this shit's stressful. And I was running both shows. That's the crazy part.
Why? Why you want to do that?
Because I use my own creative wrestlers in the whole thing, and I wanted to make sure my creative wrestlers got picked. Bro, I'm at like week 10. And I'm sick of this shit. I'm gonna cancel and start.
Bro, like, so
stressful.
I was playing one time, and I ran into I was trying to put the show together.
Right.
So you got to pay for the arena.
Right.
You got to pay for the lighting. Like you got to pay for all this random shit. I got to hit the start so I can start, and then I looked at my money. I was like negative. I was like, wait a minute. They was like, you gotta put some shit back.
The trick is when you unlock it, don't use the higher level one until you have at least a level 2 or level 3 feud going on.
I really feel like they need to fix that portion of the show. They got to fix that part of the game because I'll be noticing even when I'm playing it and I'll set my match card up, and then when you look at the computer's match card, I'll be like, bro, when you really look at it, you got to kill your wrestlers for ratings. Like it's Monday Night Raw. Why the fuck do we need a TLC to open the show?
One. How many wrestlers currently right now are injured in real life?
But that's what I'm saying.
It's emulating life.
They need to fix the game sliders on that shit. Like, I feel like I can't build a proper. I feel like I can't build a proper pay-per-view because you want me to have niggas in a Hell in a Cell match on SmackDown week 3 at the top of the show. If I start the show with a Hell in a Cell, what the fuck is the main event gonna be?
You're crazy.
If this is how we start the show.
The only thing I hate about that game is you're supposed to have normal matches every week. If you have normal matches on level 1 feuds or no feud established, you don't get shit. You get a 1 star. So I gotta give you Hell in the Cells every week, but then for the crowd to turn around and be like, hey man, this looks like a repeat. Dog, if you ever read the Twitter feed, it tells you everything. And I'm like, them Twitter feeds on the game sound like real ass Twitter feeds.
And this is real time.
Right. It sounds like the real thing.
Here's the cheat to it. Because I don't know if people do it. Or it's not. Maybe it's not a cheat. I don't know. But so once you set the matches, if you play the matches, I don't know if that star rating you get in the match equates to the actual. See, that's how you really beat the system. But who the fuck gonna sit here and play every fucking match?
You only got 3.
You get 4.
No, you get 4 pay-per-views. You get 3 during the week.
That's very true.
You get an opener, mid, and a close.
And I think you get 2 promo spots.
You get 2 promos.
Now, pay-per-view, you get 3 promo spots. There's 4 matches. Okay. Yeah. Because when you was like, you get 3 matches, I was like, damn, do you?
Mm-hmm. Because I have a women feud going on right now. And I put them in the middle by mistake, and they fucking clown. Like they had a 4, but my opener only at a 3.5.
Do you watch the matches?
Yeah, I'll watch them. If I don't have run-ins, I'll watch it. Only thing I'm starting to hate about the game right now, I will have a wrestler who needs to either sit down, then came to me and asked, can they do something? And then turn around and Triple H was like, yeah, man, you can't book your champs today. It's like, oh, you got to put such and such on the promo. Or, hey, man, just make sure you put this in the regular match. And it goes against the same person who just asked for something.
But when you really look at the breakdown of the GMO, it's little gems in there that I hope they capitalize.
Yeah,
on.
it's a
like
experience.
If you pay attention, like when you first pick your general manager already comes with like a superstar card.
Yeah, they come with our setup.
So like I think Raw, you always had the ability to buy the card where you could call the other show and have their champions not booked.
Right.
So it's like you can't book your champions this week. So now you got to build a card where you can't book champions. So shit like that is cool. Like if you're really playing with somebody. And it's like, okay, well, Tom been kicking my ass in the ratings for a couple of weeks. Boom, let's see him do it this week because he can't book his champions. So now he ain't got no title matches on the show. So I think little nuggets like that is dope. Like how in Madden this year they added a momentum bar. So if we playing the game,
new Madden drop?
No, not the new Madden.
Oh.
Madden
it's
gonna carry over to 23. But the Madden 22, they got a momentum bar. So with the momentum bar, like if I do a big play or like if I'm just literally out here whooping your ass, depending on what my team is, when my momentum bar is filled, I get little advantages that put you at a disadvantage. So like my team may be like, I got the 12th man. Or like the 12th man. So like the stadium is loud. So like if you pop your icons up to try to figure out what your play is or look at the route on your play, everything on the field is squiggly. So you can barely read that shit.
They used to be in NCAA.
So I'm like, shit like that is tight. Like, But speaking of video games, since we're on the topic, they just dropped the what 2K23 is gonna look like, not WWE but NBA.
Okay.
So because it is 20.
Oh yeah, this is what Birdie was having that
because it is 23. It's just another Michael Jordan cover. I'm like, but I will say, I think
when we gonna get the Rick Mahorn one?
I want Keith Van Horn. If we just putting anybody on the cover of anything, fam, like if this is just a free for all, who you want on the cover, bro? Keith Van Horn.
Where's my Terry Cummings edition?
Derek Coleman. Like if we just throwing names,
Charles Oakley edition.
That whole Knicks squad.
That's right. That's rival streets then.
that whole man. Can we get Anthony Mason?
If you're gonna do that, we need the whole Detroit squad.
That's what I'm saying, man. At this
Detroit
point,
88.
Damn, that's Rick Mahorn, Isaiah Thomas. The
Dirty D.
Them the bad boys.
The bad boys.
I will fuck with that.
You will play that?
Yes.
I think they own the game. That squad is on the game.
But like I was telling my homeboy, I'm like, I get it. Michael Jordan is a legend. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. It's Jordan. Boo! Wow.
The craziest thing about it is we are at that level of basketball where his name will always come up, but half the people never seen him play anymore. We're at that phase in life where only half seen him play.
Yeah, most people, if you don't play video games, but you know Michael Jordan, like if you're not a sports fan and you don't play video games,
or a shoe junkie,
but you know Michael Jordan, it's because of the tennis shoes.
Yep.
Most people who do not play video games or do not watch basketball or have never seen Mike play, you know him because of the tennis shoes.
Right.
So his name will always be around.
I don't know, bro, because somebody just made an interesting point because I guess there's a 90s, 80s party coming up here in Milwaukee this weekend. I think it's today. It's probably going on right now. And they had on a tracksuit and they was showing their K-Swiss still sitting on the box. So it's like, I don't care what y'all said. These were the Jordans, in parentheses, in the 90s. So as much as we're going crazy,
I won't agree with that.
I think they were, because I honestly I can say that because I lived in the 90s. You were a kid in the 90s. Everybody had K-Swiss. K-Swisses were out there like that. The concept of basketball shoes, like the way we wear them now, this was just starting to become a thing because Bird and Magic with the Converse was the first truly publicized niggas got endorsements.
No, I feel what they would. I saw where they was going with the statement of how Jordans are everywhere, K-Swiss was everywhere. So I get that part. I just feel like you remember when Air Force One had this big boom,
Yeah,
like, and then it went from, I believe it used to be like a $50 tennis shoe,
yeah.
and it became a $90 to $100 tennis shoe.
Well, that's because when
No, but what I'm saying is like the way at one point in time Air Forces was just everywhere.
right.
I felt like at one point in time, K-Swiss was like that. K-Swiss was, to me, a white pair of K-Swiss, fresh white, icy white pair. That's the original Air Force One.
It is
Because that motherfucker, everybody, even niggas was wearing K-Swiss.
Oh, you had to. Like, you did.
That was a high school. That was a middle school nigga fresh fit.
That was a cool, the
Cool.
Motown Philly Coolie High concept.
Button-up shirts or polo shirts, jeans, white K-Swiss.
Big facts. Or if you was a preppy ass nigga, you had on the khakis with the white K-Swiss.
Yes.
Okay.
I had a pair of white K-Swiss.
Everybody had a pair of white K-Swiss. Bitches wasn't fucking you if you didn't have a pair of white K-Swiss on.
Loads. Now when K-Swiss started trying to up the game, started changing shit. They stopped making the original, they could have just sold white and black K-Swiss.
Do you know there was a point in time where K-Swiss had a basketball shoe?
No, the fuck they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Show me.
Looking at the K-Swiss had a basketball shoe. The only reason why I remembered it because there was a young lady in Upper Bound with me who had a pair. K-Swiss had a basketball shoe. It's about the same time Fila had their own version of Huaraches.
Yo, the Gray Hill Felines was busting.
One that looked like a heel?
Yeah.
I hate that look. It made sense, but I hated that look.
Gray Hill was tight. But
was it?
Yeah. You don't think Gray Hill had game, bro? Like,
what is his stats like?
Well, he had injury, so his career just never. He's like Penny Hardaway in a sense.
Can't say he was tight then.
Niggas say Penny was tight all the time.
Who? I don't say it. I say I like Penny. He was one of my favorite point guards.
So how is he your favorite? He not tight. You don't think Penny had game?
He had the little Chris Rock down.
That's why he was your favorite. Oh my god!
Yeah, Little Penny. Little Penny was cool.
So Chris Rock is why you enjoyed Penny Hardaway.
One of my top 3 favorite comedians.
You like Penny Hardaway for all the wrong reasons.
I like what I like.
I'm not saying you're wrong for what you like. I just said it was for the wrong reasons.
No, but getting back to the point, Jordans, I feel like, are only a big thing right now because of so many people who wanted them when they were younger, who now have the ability to get them. But I think as time goes on, the generation will shift of what they like. I can't see Lily and TT wanting Jordans like the way I do when they become 25, 35 years old. I don't see them desiring those shoes as options. You see what I'm saying? Because outside of me getting them a pair, the Jordan correlation has no connection to them.
Well, yeah, as they get, you're right. The time does shift.
Right.
So as they get older, what is cool to us now or was cool to us when we were their age definitely won't be cool to them.
Right. So that's why I feel like the shoe junkies are always going to want what they want.
Right.
Okay. Whether you buying J1s only because the colorways match everything in your closet from now to the end of time. Mm-hmm. Okay. One thing about my girl in Classic is every time a new pair of J's drop, she has a classic shirt colorway to match it.
Right.
Okay,
And that's how most people shop.
that's how most people shop. So that is always going to probably be a staple. Air Force One. I was on the sneaker app the other day, and all I typed in was Air Force Ones, and bro, it's so many colorways, even to the point where the toe and the heels are different.
Yeah,
Like it's wild.
I just want to go back to where it was white Air Forces. It was black Air Forces. Then you had white Air Forces, and then you had all the different color checks. That was a very simple time, and I would like it to come back
I don't think
at least once.
I don't think it's gonna come back where they're specifically pre-made that way, because Air Force Ones are customizable on the Nike app.
I'm not paying $150 plus ship. I'm not going to pay $200 for a pair of Air Forces just because I want to change the color of the check. You change the color. You know what? Make a pair of Air Forces that have interchangeable checks, and then I'll pay you $200.
Okay, I seen a shoe recently like that. It was made like the Dunks. Those they not Air Force Ones, but they look like Air Force Ones. Yeah. Okay, the Dunks. And it was a strap that slides in behind one of the seams on both sides, and it makes the back of the shoe be a different color. It's an interchangeable color strap.
See, I fucks with that.
It looked cheap, but that's because it was probably some knockoff brand that did it. But I feel like concepts like that, Nike, I see what you're doing. Like if the swoosh is more of a pocket than just an actual seamed on swoosh, you can slide a different color card behind it to change the color of that.
Right. Or just like, because I've seen the concept done where like I watch shoe designers or people who customize shoes on TikTok. They just unstitch the stitch and they stitch a different check on. But like if Nike, I'm telling Nike, like fam, you can get niggas like me to pay you $200 for some simple shit if you just work it right. If you give me a plain white Air Force, and then you're like, well, why is it $200? And then motherfucker, well, you got the ability to change the check. You can change the swoosh to any fucking color you want. So it's $200 shoe, and it comes with maybe a base of 10 swooshes. And you get 10 different checks. Basic primary color. So it's just orange, yellow, blue, green, red.
So it can match anything.
Right. So it's match anything. But then Nike can also sell exotic colored checks. So now that's when you got your floral pack. So now there's lavender, turquoise. But I'm saying though, bro, look at this shit I'm willing to pay for. I know I'm not the only nigga that feels like this.
I feel you, but apparently somebody's buying this exotic shit, or else they wouldn't be making a Balenciaga Air Force One that costs $10,000, and the only thing different about it is Balenciaga is written on the back of it.
And somebody's gonna pay for that.
And somebody had to.
Yeah, man. So speaking of getting people to pay for things, they've given us like, so there's a base version of the video game, $70. I already hate that, but what can we do? Then you got the Michael Jordan edition. That is $100. Pretty standard for 2K. They give you the base version. They give you, you get all that extra shit. You want to go to the park, get my career. Then they got the championship edition, which is like $150, which, plus tax, probably be like $160, 16 some change.
$162.79.
But I fucks with it because I think you get all of that shit with your my career,
of course,
all your VC. But then I think you get like a year membership to the NBA League Pass.
For real?
Yeah. So for $150, and if you get a year subscription to the NBA League Pass,
that's worth it alone.
Right, especially if you like a basketball fan and all you do is watch basketball.
How many months is normally the league?
Well, if you
starts in what, September, October?
That's regular basketball, but you'll probably get like all that summer league shit that nobody fucking watches, but some people love it.
So even if you do 12, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do the math in my head real quickly, because the NBA League Pass costs about $15 a month.
Yeah, depending on.
Yeah, it costs about $15.
Depending on if you buy a bundle package, you may spend a little more.
Yeah. So you get the League Pass. League Pass is about $15 a month. We're looking at not even doing the whole. You were already paying more for a year's worth of subscription to the league pass for the same price you're paying for the basketball guy.
Right, because when you think about it, basketball is really only from like actual on the court ball is only from like July to June. So I mean, I was like, that's actual basketball because you do summer league, then you have the regular season, they got playoffs.
Right. And the regular season started about what, September, October?
Yeah.
So let's say October to June, because usually the playoff is over by June.
Right. So if you pay $15 a month,
15. About what? 9 months.
Yeah. So
9 months of 15. Yeah, you're still paying about $150.
Yeah.
So you literally bought your leagues.
Yeah. So I think that's dope.
I have the league pass on YouTube TV.
And listening to other podcasts this week, because that's what I tend to do, I found out that the NFL is looking to move their Sunday ticket to a streaming device.
Which would make sense because currently, right now, it's locked behind a deal with DirecTV.
Right.
So if you're not a DirecTV owner, you can't get this. Meaning you can't make money. But if you do the DirecTV, you keep that deal going.
Right.
Because that way you're not breaching any contracts.
No, I think they're looking to move once the deal is done.
Well, either way it goes, an app-based system is going to be so much better.
So I think it'll either be at the beginning of this season or maybe next season they'll be looking to find.
It's probably going to be next season because I think the news would have broke that the football league pass thing with DirecTV. Because I remember when I was working at Spectrum for that brief 3 months, many moons ago.
Sound like my time at Amazon.
Right. Shit, I was there for you at the same time. Shit, tell me about
one day orientation.
Yeah, that's all I need. We never came back. That's a lot of people were saying no to Spectrum, or at the time Time Warner, because of the league pass. Like folks really was fucking with DirecTV just for football.
That's crazy. But yeah, so from what I was listening to, they was like Apple is involved. That Apple may look to buy
buy them out,
buy the rights to stream the NFL, which I think is dope. I think,
bro, if they put the NFL on Apple TV,
I think Apple TV is trying to make Apple TV is slowly trying to play ball with the big niggas.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. Apple TV has some slept on shows.
I believe it.
They have some really, because they have some real big heavy hitter actors.
Right. Apple got
fucking with shows. Because Tom Hanks has a whole show on there. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Tom Hanks can't miss. Name me one bad Tom Hanks movie.
I can't offhand. I had to look through his catalog.
You gotta look at his 80s catalog where he was still up and coming. But after Philadelphia, my nigga ain't missed.
Okay, I won't call none of his movies bad. He got a lot of movies I'm not fans of, but that's just because I'm not finna take the time to watch it.
You not finna sit here and tell me. Sure, ask away about your NFL question. I can't see his name because I ain't got my glasses on.
Jelzu.
Yeah, but Tom Hanks did a whole movie by himself in inanimate objects. And the movie was still interesting.
Was that Castaway?
Yes.
Oh, maybe that's where Will Smith got the idea to do I Am Legend.
Probably.
I wouldn't put it past.
Probably.
That nigga probably watched Castaway one night. I was like, I could do this.
Hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my beer. Give me a dog though. He said, just give me a dog. Just give me a dog and watch me fuck this up.
I Am Legend wasn't bad. It wasn't necessary.
I like, for a nigga who never seen Castaway, I was like, yeah, this is different than when you be like, oh, I saw Castaway, it's the same shit. You be like, I see what happened there. I see what Will Smith did.
Will Smith loves doing alien-based movies. Nah, it's not, bro. But
no, I know a little bit, not a lot of it, but sometimes I just be inquisitive.
But make sure you tune back here. Actually, there is a sports podcast. They just don't break this week. Check us out.
Speaking of break, they trying to break the fucking NBA.
For what?
See, that's crazy. It's not a sports podcast, but we ain't been here in a while, so there's a lot of shit that happened.
Well, we covered a lot of stuff.
So Rudy Gobert got traded.
I heard.
to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then the Brooklyn Nets are smoking dick
Oh my.
because they told the Minnesota Timberwolves, they was like, look, we'll send y'all Kevin Durant for Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, 2 cornerstones of their young core, and we need four first-round draft picks.
Now, the amount of the first-round draft picks, I would sit there and argue with it, but let's not act as if Durant doesn't bring major star power.
I'm not saying that, but as I've said when I sat here and I did the pod with 94 feet, if I'm a GM, I don't know if I'm willing to mortgage my entire future for a nigga in his 30s who has a track record, in my opinion, of just watching the game of basketball. You cannot win.
I agree with you.
So that's just my opinion.
But I agree with you. But as a GM, you have to weigh 2 things: championship, financial gain. Picking up Kevin Durant will definitely bring the eyes to you.
It's true.
He's one of the top 5 best players in the league right now.
Right.
Okay? Can't argue that. He's not Giannis, but he's up there. Okay? No one's better than Giannis to us. I don't care what none of y'all say.
That's true.
Okay. But so if I put this man on my team,
all right,
my stadiums would stay full. The probability of wins would definitely go up. I will have more media coverage on me. Therefore, more sponsorships will come through. I can make money for my league, for my team, during the small, brief time we have him here.
All right. So to that point.
So sometimes you got to weigh
no.
championships to financial gain.
Okay. So since we're here, I'll raise you the point of, so with Kevin Durant comes expectation.
Of course.
So not only are you going to gain from him being on your team and a revenue aspect, but now there are championship expectations because this is Kevin Durant.
Now, here's the second thing. Your counterpoint. If there's a star here, okay, who wants to win, who's going to bring money, he will also bring other stars who are like-minded like him into the same fold as well, too. I'm not saying when he had Kyrie and he had James Harden that he did not have champion quality. But you also put 3 dudes who all feel like they're number one on a team together and expected greatness. If you get Kevin Durant, who is a great role player, but who thinks he's the number one man, somebody who's willing to say, hey, I want a second chance in this NBA world because the teams I've been on drop the ball or we can't get past such and such hump. I'm willing to go play with Durant and play my role. You can build around Durant while creating a good franchise player too and still make money if you build it right.
That defeats the purpose, though.
Does it really?
Yes, it does. In my opinion. So you want me to trade away a 22-year-old and a 25-year-old to bring in a 35-year-old, and then you say let's build around him. That doesn't work in no sense of the way. You're 35.
I hear you.
We cannot build. How much time do we have to build?
Let me back up.
Let
me not use build.
Right, because I'm saying, like, if this is a 5-year process, by the time we get you some people that's valid, you're 40 now.
Let's not say build. Let's say I need you to be the starting piece, and I put all these other places because we got 2 years to get to the championship. Okay, so I need 5 good people.
Again, Tone, Who you gonna get when you're mortgaging your future?
How do we know that the future
You
is not
just
problematic in the
you
back too?
traded 4 first-round
Now
picks.
that's it.
That means you don't have a draft pick in the first round for 4 consecutive years.
That's why
that is fucking stupid.
That's
to me.
why I said that part of the trade is dumb.
Shit's wild.
That's why I said that part of the trade is stupid.
And niggas be willing to bet it all on all these agent ass. Man,
you have to remember a lot of these GMs are old dudes who only look for money. Think about it, bro. Minnesota has almost never had a championship quality team. You had superstars, you've had all-stars, but you've never had a championship quality team.
Right.
So to my belief is I don't think the owners want to be champions. I think they just want to make money.
Or, I mean, sometimes that aspect is true, but then you have some GMs who have a guy next to them that is a forward-thinking person.
Because look at Milwaukee, prime example. We have never had anybody who thought championship in the end until recently. Herb Cole, you're not going to sit here and tell me he wanted a championship squad but didn't want to shell out no money.
I feel like he wanted a championship team,
but he didn't want to pay for a championship.
He didn't want to pay for it.
So then you don't want a championship team then.
But I feel like the new guys that we have in charge, I feel like when we drafted Jabari Parker, that was when we like.
I only deep side.
I know why you deep side.
But you know it's funny. In my 2K league right now that I'm using, I put Jabari back on the Bucks. I gave him an opportunity. I put him back on the Bucks. I caught third under the Kupo. I caught Carson off. He's literally in the free agency. So was Jabari.
You just got all
three of them. The families together, and we out here balling. We got to the finals.
Yeah, but
I got Jabari his ring.
That's what I'm saying. Like I felt like
he still got hurt though, but I got him.
I felt like when they drafted Jabari Parker and then they drafted Giannis the next year, because I believe Parker came the year before Giannis.
Yep, they were back to back.
They started the thought process of let's build. I mean, because think about it, the Bucks started doing real unconventional shit that looks pretty common in basketball now.
Like hiring a weed smoker?
No, but like the average point guard is usually about the tallest I've ever seen a point guard is like 6'4". That's just a point guard. Outside of Magic Johnson.
I was like, you're just right Magic.
But I'm saying like outside of Magic Johnson. But it became commonplace where like the entire Bucks starting five was over 6'5".
Yeah, they were tall.
So it's like you had the small ball lineup, and then the Bucks created essentially a tall ball lineup, but was still small ball.
Playing big ball. Pause.
That's what I'm saying though. But like I felt like when we got like forward-thinking people behind the scenes, it was like, all right, let's just start banking on potential because this is Milwaukee and it's a small market. Ain't no superstar trying to come here. So we have to create one.
True. And I think that's where the uniqueness with the championship Bucks was outside of Giannis, which they wasn't putting no respect on his name to begin with.
Yeah, he was coming.
They wasn't putting it on his name at the time. But if you look at everybody else around him, they wasn't respecting the Bucks as a whole.
Because see, like it's different when you grow together and then when you try to build the team.
And I think that's where, because they use the LeBron Miami Heat approach, the super team approach. Whereas here's three superstars who are really good at their positions, which, okay, I need you to tell me this. What in the world was Bosh doing that we felt that Bosh was such a great player?
Duh, you and my homeboy will not respect Chris Bosh.
No.
And I don't get the disrespect for Chris Bosh.
I'm not disrespecting him. All I'm saying is I don't remember seeing his rap sheet before this big, huge conglomeration of secrecy that created LeBron James coming to Miami.
Well, when Chris Bosh got drafted,
What team did he get? What like
Toronto Raptors.
I remember him being on the
So,
Raptors.
Like my homeboy tells me all the time. Because I asked him, like, why did y'all smoke with Chris Bosh? He was like, bro, will you play? Well, you the only nigga in Canada and your team sucks? It's not hard to stand out and be a good player.
Big facts.
And I understood it because I'm like, okay, same shit happened with DeMar DeRozan.
Yes.
You niggas ain't never gonna win nothing, but you know it's not hard to stand out. Chris Bosh did enough to where he was able to get a phone call from LeBron James. So his 20-5 was good enough to get a phone call from the King. So, and you know what? I think they had all like formed a bond.
Like it all became was playing with your friends. At
Right,
the end
like
of the day,
it was one of those things, like because I mean it's all the same draft class, so all them draft processes motherfuckers go through. Y'all went through that shit together. And like as I watch like these NBA podcasts, a lot of niggas that come into the NBA, like they played each other in high school and summer league and AAU.
like his rookie year, he had some heavy hitters on his team for that.
I think he played 1 year with Vince Carter.
Yeah, he had Vince Carter, he had Rod Strickland, he had
heavy hitters.
yeah, Michael Curry.
What where are these heavy hitters, Tom?
No. I said hitters. I didn't say superstars and all-stars. I just niggas you knew.
Who the fuck is Michael Curry?
Mike Curry was that dude in the small forward position.
Man.
And you're not finna say that Rod Strickland wasn't out here doing niggas.
In Washington.
They had Jalen Rose.
All right, Tom, you close your phone now.
Jalen, you're not finna
fuck him and that beam he wears every fucking week.
You hate postseason Jalen.
I'm so glad ain't no more basketball. I'm sick of dogging this fucking beam.
You go stop hating on us.
I'll just be wishing this fucking hair start sweating and that makeup start running down his face.
It's probably a dye job.
I hate Jalen Rose.
Why do you hate Jalen Rose?
Because he was gonna injure Kobe.
Okay, I'll give you that much.
You a fuck nigga.
But maybe his coach told him.
Speaking of, hey, shout out to that
He
shit.
had Rayford Alston.
I told you can start reading the roster name.
No, I need to know what was there. Like, I need to
Nothing.
know why niggas felt Bosh was just, yeah, man, they got a big three in Miami now. How? How, Sway?
Why you didn't respect Chris Bosh, bro?
I just want to know what made Chris, like, he got rings. Not going to argue there. He played his role perfectly well for what he was doing, but I'm trying to see where this breakout star was.
He was on the team. Like, what else do you need?
The 12th man is also on the team. That doesn't mean he made a pivotal point in the game.
Look, bro, Chris Bosh did what he did. And because of what he did, he is now an NBA champion. And
they want to put this nigga in.
Look, Glenn Robinson got a ring.
Glenn snuck his way to a ring.
I think he was on that Spurs team.
He was.
Yeah, Glenn Robinson got a ring.
He didn't do it in Milwaukee. Like, now that squad, that was the squad that should have won one from Milwaukee. The Sam Cassell, Glenn Robinson, Vin Baker squad.
And Ray Allen?
Well, Ray was Ray there? My bad. Yeah, Ray Allen. Sorry.
I don't think Vin Baker was there.
No, he was gone.
Vin Baker.
That's how he got the fuck up there.
That's how he got paid, because he was balling in Milwaukee when we wasn't shit.
He got paid before. Glenn came in at the time, got the biggest rookie contract ever.
I'm talking about Vin Baker.
Oh, Vin, yeah.
That's how Vin Baker got paid to go to Seattle.
Yeah.
He was balling in Milwaukee when we was trash. He was out here 20-10.
Charlie Villanueva got drafted by Toronto. You know what? Toronto's just bad choices off.
Yeah, see? Now do you see why Chris Bosh got the bag?
I'm just saying
Would you have preferred they call Carmelo Anthony?
Yes.
You would have preferred Melo?
Yes.
No, he was too busy raw dogging your Knicks.
Now you see why I said yes. Greedy ass bastard. Carmelo Anthony is the fucking Kevin Nash of the NBA.
What? That's heavy. Why would you say that about Carmelo?
Show me the lie.
What did he do wrong?
He ate. And because he ate, other niggas couldn't eat. So New York, still to this day, has not had a ring since pre-Jordan era.
Hey, you want to know why y'all won't have a ring? Because like that Carmelo situation, y'all continue to make bad decisions.
Because New York's supposed to have all the money.
Y'all just make bad decisions.
That's just why you think I left that relationship.
They had so much hope for Melo and Amari Stoudemire to just be great together.
Because it was supposed to be. Then you let Phil Jackson come in here with this Michael Jordan gang style play. Because that's what he did. He tried to make Melo be Jordan.
It could have worked. I mean, Melo don't play defense, but he gonna shoot the ball 60 times.
That's the key thing about
you don't play
offense.
You don't play defense in the triangle offense.
You got to play defense on the back end to get to the triangle offense to work.
Well,
you got to burn out everybody.
It's four other people on this fucking court. Why you want me to play defense? I'll score all the points.
Because it's 5 people on their team as well.
Man, but for me not playing defense, there's a nigga out here that ain't gonna score the ball.
And he's 9 to 10, not the guy you supposed to be holding.
Right. So why
you play?
I as the nigga who don't play defense need to be holding the nigga who's the least threat to score.
What are the 2 most active positions on the court?
I would definitely say point guard.
And
small
forward.
Okay, maybe small forward.
And what position does this nigga play?
Small forward.
So you cannot be in one of the most active positions and not hold defense to another nigga that's the most active position.
What I'm saying is, if we are playing, I don't know, if we are the New York Knicks and we are playing the Milwaukee Bucks, if I am Carmelo Anthony, you know who I'm holding? I'm holding PJ Tucker. You want to know why I'm holding PJ Tucker? Because PJ Tucker is not a threat to fucking score.
But PJ Tucker is a bruising the fuck out of you while running around here.
But that's
rebounding.
He is not a threat to score. I would chase PJ Tucker because he's not a threat to score.
He's going for rebounds. He's battling in the paint.
Look,
he's setting aggressive ass picks. He may not be the person putting the ball in the hoop 85% of the time, but he's definitely abusing you. And because you not even, here's the thing.
When they said to pick a row, we just going to switch.
So you going to try to keep up with now the person who is. Because 9 times out of 10, if you hold PJ Tucker, who's coming off that pick and roll?
It's probably Giannis.
You gonna try to go one-on-one with that?
Hey, look, man, Carmelo Anthony didn't play no defense then. He don't play no defense now, and he can't teach his son how to play defense.
Carmelo Anthony cheated on Lala. Them titties is nice. You are a horrible person.
I feel like everybody's been on Law and Order at some point in time.
Of course, it's part of your career choice. Part of your life.
Like I went down the rabbit hole of Law and Order.
How can you not? Because first of all, their episodes are not made to be in order.
They're not.
Like other than like the storyline with the actual cops, you wouldn't know what season you're in.
I feel like Law and Order is the only episodic TV show
that's not episodic.
That like you just said, outside of the relationships you see with the cops, none of these cases ever go together. Like it's always something new.
Nothing from a previous case helped or further this story.
Unless like a part 2.
Yeah, and it's very rarely that.
Like,
maybe a crossover episode.
So episode 1, nigga stole a baby, got hit by a car. He was like, well, what happened to that? After that, episode 2, this is a rape victim.
We don't even get no follow-up to see like, hey, isn't that the store owner from episode 3 popped up? They don't even go back to the same location. Like, this informant was a good informant. Why don't we ever use him again?
You know what I also notice about TV shows when you watch, if you pay attention? A lot of people who like end up becoming main characters, like there's some bullshit in the beginning. Like I was so far at the beginning of SVU, like one of the dudes who ended up becoming a cop on one of the shows, he was like a criminal. I'm like, so in season 2, episode 3, you was criminal number 3. And then in season 5, episode 2, they introduce you as a new detective. Like, what the fuck?
That continuity doesn't exist in Law and Order.
It doesn't, fam. But it's such a great show.
Because I was watching it one time. One of the doctors from Grey's Anatomy She was a mother whose son got kidnapped from the school playground. Then she popped up like maybe 5 seasons later as the wife of her husband who got killed. But we come to find out that the husband was touching little girls in the neighborhood.
What do that got to do with the price of tea in China?
Just saying, she had 2 separate roles that had nothing to do with nothing.
Boom, boom, down, 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 bow down.
And who the fuck is Dick
Down,
Wolf?
down.
And this nigga been getting paid
Yo,
for
Dick
years.
Wolf writes everything
He
on
been
TV.
getting paid. Him and Kelsey Grammer was just literally out here getting paid on the low.
Any cop show that's on NBC, Dick Wolf wrote it.
Dick Wolf. Bro, growing up as a kid,
I'm sure his name is like William Wolf or some shit.
bro, ain't you not finna sit here and tell me in middle school that nigga wasn't being called Wolf Dick? Because they write your name, last name first, right? So you gonna sit here and tell me that there was no paperwork that came across a teacher's desk and it said Wolf Dick on it, and
he don't even spell wolf with the E at the end. It's like
it just regular the animal.
Wow, like what is up with white people? Are so amazing.
Wolf Dick. Like you really sat down and did not think that through. Well, his real name is Richard. Look, bitch, we all know that, but y'all decide to let him be known as Dick.
So I think my coworker might be racist.
Your work or your work, I wouldn't put it past it.
I mean, like he ain't never said nothing about like black people, but like
because you're black and in front of him.
That's probably true. But the way he rips on the Asian community,
that's usually if a person has no problem talking about one race, they usually don't have a problem talking about other races.
Yeah, as long as he don't say nothing while I'm present at work, we're cool.
Really? So you're okay knowing that someone is basically a racist and sings the N-word as long as they don't do it around you?
Yeah, because I mean, people are people. I can't stop them.
Okay.
What? Now, if he said it and I was to whoop his old ass, that's probably not going to change his mind. He probably go get out of whatever situation and get nigga all over again.
Did I tell you about the time I got called a nigga on the phone at work? I think I told you in the group chat.
I felt bad because I laughed.
I laughed too when it was happening. Like I wasn't saying it like, oh my God, I just cannot believe. I wasn't saying it like that. I was saying it was funny because I'm like, this actually happened to me. And I didn't, and I was so, bruh. Okay.
And reading your name before you speak, nobody assumes you're Hispanic.
I get that all the time. That's why I purposefully sometimes don't take Spanish calls.
Because they go just, sir, no.
I've had a customer,
line 3.
So so at my job, we don't have a Spanish team. So like if somebody calls in, they want to speak to a Spanish person, I don't send you to a team where it's a bunch of Hispanics or Spanish speaking people who would just take the call. No, we have to call a number and have an interpreter. So I have to do that conversation. Hey, your account says ABC. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so how much is left up? I have to do calls like that.
That's got to be a pain in the ass.
It can be, but I be doing other shit during the same time. So
like when they ask, do they ask in English to speak to somebody else?
They'll say, sometimes they will.
Or is it like an automated?
No, they will say no. They will say no speaking Spanish. Like they'll say something along that line. I have had someone who's like, Antonio, you speak Spanish? It's like, no, I don't. Oh, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. How do you not know how to speak Spanish? I was like, I am African American. I'm not, but.
Do you speak the King's English? Fuck, nigga.
Hey, fam. I actually do, if you ever really listen to how I talk sometimes. But, so this particular individual, not to cut your story off.
I don't even remember what the story was.
About how the white guy you think is racist because he says says bad things about Asian people.
I find it funny.
So, I do too. So, this particular dude tried to call. He called in. So, he must have called before he got to me. Individual couldn't help him, was taking the time to help him. Whatever the case may be, it was taking up too much of his time, irritating him. He calls me. He's all hot and ready. I'm like, okay, sir, I'm gonna help you out, but you gotta. Can you bring it down some? Like your energy is entirely too goddamn high right now, my guy. Bring that shit down, or else we can't have a conversation. Of course, I didn't say it like that, but let them know you got to bring it down. I'm not bringing nothing. I'm not upset. Blah blah blah. Fuck you. I'm gonna do what I want to. The whole 9 yards. It's like, oh, what you looking at my phone for?
Oh, because I thought I heard something ringing, and it wasn't my phone.
Nah, it's not that one over there. She's at this point in time, she'd be 5 minutes away. So he's coming.
Oh, God.
He's really upset. I was like, sir, I'm really trying to help you out. I understand. You don't understand nothing. You don't like. So he's really just going off on me now, right? So I'm trying not to show my blackness. So I'm put on my extra white voice at this point, right? And yeah, that's when you really be like, sir, I definitely can. Like at this point in time, I'm now telling the rules. Like most of
the rules.
Yeah, like if you keep this up, sir, I'm gonna have to terminate this call. I'm really trying to help you here. Like I'm really like at this point in time checking off all the boxes. So when I hang up on dog and he called back, I'm good.
Wait, there's call center etiquette?
Yeah, there's definitely call center etiquette. Okay. And have you mind, I work in the business department, so I should not even have this call to begin with. This is not even my call. Somehow he got here to me. So I'm saying, sir, in order for me to help you, I need your account number. I'm not giving you my damn account number. I'm not doing that no more. Like, you should have my information. It should be right there. Like, sir, when the individual, whoever you spoke to, sent the call to me, none of that information came over. I just need your account number to get everything. So I'm really like sitting here trying to work with dog. He's really spazzing. And I was like, sir, what is the account number? He's like, look here, nigger. Like, I don't give a damn.
Damn, D went that deep?
Yeah, it was like, excuse me, sir? You heard me. You niggers don't want to. It's like, you know what, my guy? Like, it's like if you at this point in time, I literally switched off that. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to lose my job over you. It's like, look here, sir. I've tried to work with you. You did not have to say that. You did not have to go there with that. So at this point in time, I'm ending this call. So, bro, I mean, when I tell you he is going the fuck off, I was like, sir, thank you for calling. Insert business name here. Click, hung up on them. Immediately got the email in, upper management, my boss. I'm like writing all this shit down. Like, hey, can you pull these calls? Can you this? Can you that? Like, bro really went ham, like ignorant nigga ham.
Ham no burger.
Right. So I'm like, I'm writing everybody. Bro, when I tell you I sent my email to upper management, white woman Karen around the world would be so proud of how much I played a victim on this damn email. Like it really distraught me. I don't know how to handle this. I'm really just I don't know if I can finish working through the rest of the day. Like, I have never been called that before. And I'm sitting here, like, really writing this email. So my team lead and my supervisor, they're African-American women, right? They read this email. First of all, one of them, my team lead, came to our kickback with Cree and them. Okay? So she knows that, nigga, this did not bother you.
Not the way you throw the N-word around.
Like, this is not bothering
with
you.
With the hard ER.
Like, this is not bothering you. This is not a problem to you. Well, like, yes, it was. I just don't know. I need compensation.
You know what I feel like is a lost art form in the workplace? Like, I feel like young niggas don't know proper workplace etiquette.
Cause man, most of these young niggas take jobs and just take
when
jobs.
I say proper workplace etiquette, like I don't mean like not to sexually harass your coworkers. That should be just common sense. You shouldn't just be sexually harassing people anyway. But like taking care of the old folks that work with you. Like you ever think about shit like that?
You know what? I do.
And like I think maybe because just how I grew up, always being around my grandma and just learning how to always, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. And, just doing shit for my granny. Like, niggas gotta if you take care of the old nigga or the old lady at your job, you can never do no wrong.
Bro, you always find who the old lady click at the job.
And they will always make sure you good.
There's 3 things about working at certain job you should always find out. The cool manager.
Gotta find a cool manager.
the seniority employee,
Yeah, you probably should know them.
and the nice lady.
Definitely got to know who the nice lady is.
Those are the three. If you get respect from the seniority dude, they'll go to bat for you.
Facts. And
Oh.
Man, they come in. What you got him down here for? That guy was up there. We were working.
Right. They'll go to bat for you.
He go crazy.
If you ever move from a department and you work with the seniority, he's going to go bitch because the fact that he got somebody who know what they doing,
and
working and reliable, don't move him. Do not move him.
Dog, let that old nigga used to be getting Sundays off, and now he's starting work. Why y'all move James out of my department? Oh, well, you know, nah. We need James back here.
Larry and Craig, that's usually their name, will say some shit, and you gonna give Larry and Craig what the fuck they want. Larry say he's supposed to be on the block. You put that he's on the butcher block. No, don't you move him up.
You just gotta take care of the old people, man.
Take care of the old people.
It's like I was just like when I used to work at Walmart, like there was the clique of old ladies who worked in the soft lines department.
Always put them there.
If y'all don't know the soft lines area, that's like
clothes.
That's clothes and then like baby stuff. Yeah, so it's men's clothes, women's clothes, kids' clothes, baby stuff, and then I think they like tie in the shoe department,
and dressing room,
right? Because it's all that little corner before you get to like electronics and like depending on how your Walmart is set up
or Target.
But yeah, like so, them old ladies are the coolest people ever. Right. Like they sat in the break room and like because the way the break room used to be set up, they had the smoking section and then there's a non-smoking section. They all sat in the smoking section. They play cards on their lunch break. Like, it was just the coolest people you ever fucking meet. And I was always polite. I was always respectful. Like, if I had snacks, and, I share my snack. But, like, them old women, make sure you good, bro. They take care of you. Like, it be times you fuck around, leave your wallet, you ain't got no money. You ain't got to worry about that, baby. I got you. Because we had a McDonald's in the Walmart.
Of
course. So you want some McDonald's? Whatever you want, I got you. It's like,
don't let it be your birthday.
Take care of the old people that work at your job.
They do.
If you take care of the old black people or the old white people, as long as you're nice, they always gonna make sure y'all valid.
You just can't be
a nigger.
Don't
be niggering it up.
Don't be nigger. You can. That's where the cool manager comes into play, because you don't go to the cool manager for favors. You go to the cool manager for information.
Facts.
That's where a lot of niggas make their mistakes. They go to the cool, hey man, you think you could pull some strings to get me off work? If they say no, I can't do nothing, you leave that question alone and you find out who, hey, so do you know who work on Saturdays or who do the schedule or who do this or what's this person, times a day here? That way you can use them to get somewhere. Don't be fucking use the cool manager for information only. Hey, when there's any positions coming open?
So use the cool manager for information.
Right.
Also, never take advantage of the cool manager.
Nah.
I used to tell niggas that all
Don't
the time.
Burn the bridge with that person.
And I tell them that because I'm like, okay, now I know that there are certain things you can and cannot do at work.
Right.
Now, most of my jobs, I'm usually the night guy, so my job is cleanup based.
Right.
Now, I can clean up without headphones, but it's fucking boring. And I hate the music that they play. So does. I like to work with my headphones in. So when the cool manager is on duty, I put my headphones on, I listen to my podcast, I rock out. But if he asks me to do something, or if he need me, or I just don't take advantage of the fact that he don't say shit to you for wearing these headphones.
Right. If he asks you to do something, go do it.
And then go back to doing what you're doing. See, niggas be taking advantage of the cool manager, like, oh, well, bro, here tonight, I can go take a 45-minute lunch break, or I can go fuck off for an hour because he ain't gonna say nothing. Like, nah, just because he didn't say nothing don't mean that they didn't see it. It's a million fucking cameras in here.
Because you got to remember when he has to act, when they asked him why Juan wasn't over here at this particular time,
he definitely gonna throw you under the bus.
He go, your job is not that important to him.
Right, because he getting paid way more than you.
Big facts.
And he definitely ain't trying to find another job. He
probably got a wife, kids, and fucking somebody on the staff, and he don't want to lose none of that.
Why do people fuck their coworkers?
Because they're convenient.
That is a question that will never be answered, but it always
happens. It's convenient.
I also feel like I spend way more time with people at work than I do with people at home.
Convenient. That's exactly why they do it. Think about it. Okay. Let's say this network was,
An office building?
yeah, ever running, ever circulating business. Okay.
Don't bring no black lights here.
Shut up. That's nothing like that happens here. But what I'm saying is,
nice disclaimer.
if you have, and you see the quality of our staff.
I do.
So every time you turn around, there's beautiful women here. You get to know them better. You become friends. Y'all are chilling. And you just having regular conversations, right? Because of the conversations, you're able to get a perspective of them that you probably wouldn't get anywhere else if you're not dating. So you tend to find out stuff about them. Sometimes they'll start to become your best friend and they confide in you. Next thing you know it, after work, we had a long day. You got that trauma bond. And I always say a lot of relationships are born out of trauma.
That's a fact.
Okay. So the trauma bond is whatever the hell just happened at this job. We all got stress from it. You and her has already been clicking. Next thing you know it, collectively as a crew, y'all all go out drinking. This is when you find out that Mary from accounting get real loose off of Casamigos. But that's not what you want.
People gotta stop drinking that shit.
That's not what you want. You dealing with this chick right here, and all of a sudden, she start confessing a little bit of things. You start confessing a little bit of things. The next thing you know it, you in that thing.
Does it ever happen to you?
I will not confirm or deny.
I was saying,
I will not.
I'm not ashamed of where I came from.
I will not.
I worked at Walmart.
I will not confirm or deny
And
that almost every job I've ever had. Yes.
As a horny 18-year-old, I was trying to fuck all of my coworkers.
As you should, because there's a plethora of options that you may not have gotten before. But we're going to take a pause real quick. I'm going to go get our guests real quick. One, entertain the people.
Entertain the people? He should have just stopped the fucking episode and started a new one. But anyway, we like to thank y'all for tuning in to the first half of the double half of the big ass and most staff. And yes, bitch ass nigga, I know I ain't got a mustache. You see how that rhyme? I've been doing a lot of shit, psychoanalysis. But yeah, hey, thank y'all for tuning in to this episode of the Fresh Show. I am your host with the most, and I like cinnamon French toast. But it is what it is, though. Hey, shout out to the boy Tom. So we gonna leave, but whatever. Boom. Boom, down. One more. I know they like, how this nigga end the show and he's still here? I don't need no blood. It happened. What happened?